right, so good morning. We are talking to Eileen Guilbeault from the Real Las Vegas channel on YouTube. She's a fantastic realtor in that area, serving not only Californians that are moving to the Las Vegas area, but I'm sure she helps many people from all over the area. Am I right, Eileen?
You are correct.
Yay. So give me a quick introduction and we'll get into this because I know people are very, very curious about what it would look like to live in Nevada. It's super close, super tight neighbor to those of us here in California. We're very familiar with Las Vegas and Nevada, but what is it like to live there and all that good stuff? So introduce yourself to everybody.
Again, I live in Las Vegas and my whole channel, the reason it's called The Real Las Vegas is because I want people to know that when you move here or you think about moving here, that it is not just the Strip. We do not live in hotels. We actually have homes and we have families and our kids go to school here. I mean, there's a really great community of people who live here. And I've been here since 1980. I moved here as a kid. I was born in California. I was born in San Bernardino. Nice. And we traveled quite a bit before we moved here because my dad was in the military and this is where we landed.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
So you're considered native at this point.
Yeah. I mean, it's been great watching the city grow because there were 200,000 people maybe when we moved here in 1980. If you include some of the outlying areas, we could be pushing close to 2.5 million, 3 million people.
Good night.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And no, not everybody works on the Strip. There's a beautiful video that you had on your channel that I was watching and you're like, we don't all live on the Strip. But then you think about it, like obviously when we go to Las Vegas, we go to a show, presumably got to get a return on our money. Thank you very much. But they got to live somewhere. They don't all fly in and do their diving in the water and performing. They have to live somewhere. Right,
exactly. Well, and now if you consider we have professional sports, which we have never had. So we have a professional hockey team called the Vegas Golden Knights. We have the Las Vegas Aces who just won the WNBA championship.
Nice.
And we also have, I think it's don't be mad, I don't know baseball very well, but we have, I believe it's a Division III team here. You know, we have a ballpark.
You have the Raiders.
We have, yes, let's not forget the Raiders.
Let's not forget them. I mean, I'm big news.
Yeah.
Most of California got real grumpy about when we heard, but then we were like, well, all right, we go to Vegas anyway to watch the game, so it's all right.
Well, and I think too, we may get the A's if things don't go well up in the northern end of your state. So
and tell us and just briefly tell me why. Thank you for all of that, by the way.
Yeah.
Tell me why you think, what's one of the benefits of not only just these big teams and whatnot, but of people to move to Las Vegas, to move to Nevada? Let's just call it Nevada, even though there's a real Las Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, and the biggest complaint that we hear from Californians that are moving is taxes. So we have no state income tax.
How does that work?
Well,
property taxes. You have property taxes.
So we have property taxes.
Okay.
From what I have been told, our property taxes are much less than other areas of the country. My home right now that we are living in, we might pay $5,000 in property taxes a year. We're on a third of an acre. It's a 3,000 square foot home where
taxes on that big of a house, that's not much.
Well, it gives us nice room because we have a 3-car garage, we have RV parking, we have a really, what I think is for here is a very good size yard because we have 2 big dogs, they have plenty of room to run. This is the biggest property that we have ever owned as far as the land size. Because we had previously,
animals, we have horses and pigs and chickens, oh my, or is it just dogs?
We can. I don't have horses and pigs and chickens, but yes, you can have, we do have horse property here.
Oh,
we have
really?
Property. Yes.
Tell me more, because we have a lot. Okay, so let me ask you the question at the bottom of the screen here.
Yes.
You've helped Californians relocate to your area, I presume.
40% of our sales in Las Vegas every year are people moving from California.
There's your 2.1 million or whatever.
Yeah. And like I said,
with it, we know how to get there.
Yeah.
We know how to get back. We know when to get there. We know when to leave, right?
Right.
That's a beautiful thing. Okay, now my community, Bakersfield, we're kind of tandem to you. Like your weather very often is the same as ours. When you're triple digits, we're triple digits. When you guys are cold, we're cold.
Yeah.
The horse property is big here. We're a big ag and oil here.
Yeah.
So horse properties and farming are big. Is that something that somebody from Bakersfield could find there if they were to sell here and move there?
So there are areas in like Pahrump, there's areas where you can maybe have agriculture. It's not really a big agricultural state.
Because it's the desert.
Well, and I shouldn't say state, I should say city. But I live next door to an orchard. So we have an orchard who has been here. The family that started this orchard, they've had this orchard in this neighborhood for over 100 years.
Oh, wow.
And so the community can actually come pick apples and peaches, and we have carrots and squash and pumpkins. And I mean, we have so much stuff. So they're open 3 days a week. Right? They're open 3 days a week, and there's bunnies that are around here. There are, what else? There's hawks that, come with the bunnies but I mean, we have so much.
Are you in Summerlin? I'm not asking for your address. Thank goodness. Our business, but
so I'm more northwest.
You're in the
so I'm more northwest. So a property my size right now, if it was in Summerlin, would probably sell for twice the amount that my house would.
Oh, wow.
Because in Summerlin, Summerlin is the end all be all of master plan communities, but the prices are definitely higher, but the price point that you can sell for is also higher.
And so what is your area? Since you're not Summerlin, you're northwest, does that have a name?
So I am right outside of Centennial Hills. So where I'm at doesn't necessarily have a name, but Centennial Hills is another large area in the Northwest.
Just because we Californians, when we come in on the 15 and
right.
That's our point of reference. So that's all I was asking. But you personally, even though collectively as a city, as a community, you guys help 40% of your community is Californians moving in. And you personally have helped Californians, I presume.
Yes. Yeah. From the north and the south.
What other areas do you serve besides the Las Vegas area? I know your channel is The Real Las Vegas, but does it expand to other areas?
Yeah, so our team serves North Las Vegas. We also serve Henderson. So Henderson is generally listed as one of the top 10 safest cities in the country. They're often on that top 10 list year after year. And Henderson is kind of like, let's just say my daughter lived in Huntington Beach for a minute. When you cross under the freeway, you're in one city or another. So that's kind of how Henderson is.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's not
So you're serving Las Vegas, but it also encompasses Henderson.
Yeah, so there's no separation between Henderson and Las Vegas. We're really built together. So
when somebody is selling a house here in Bakersfield, California, that is approximately, let's say their price point is $525. They sold for $525. What would that get you in the Las Vegas community? What does that look like over there? Is that a lateral move? Is that a move up, acreage?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I guess it would be, so right now our median home price is $450,000.
Okay.
And that's only single family homes. That does not include condos, townhomes.
Are there a lot of condos?
There are.
Okay.
So on the $500,000 range, I mean, it really depends on area. If you are looking in Summerlin, $500,000 is probably going to get you a 2,000 square foot, maybe 2,400 square foot, 3-bedroom. It's going to be a 2-story. It's not going to be a single, story home. And it may not have much of a yard.
Will it have a community pool, an HOA, a pool?
It could. Yeah. I mean, I would
Summerlin is PUD. It's planned urban
development.
Is.
It is. Yes. And there are areas of Summerlin that are not gated. They still have an HOA. And if you're in Summerlin, you could potentially have 2 HOAs if you are purchasing one of the newer properties. So you have a master plan fee and you have the actual community fee.
So outside of Summerlin, a 525 price point, would that be acreage if we're stepping outside of Summerlin, or are we still looking at a single family home on a cul-de-sac, on 123 Banana Street, right?
Yep. And you would get a bigger home and maybe a little bit more of a yard. But I mean, I would probably say our typical maybe land size would end up being, I mean, we have properties that are on 5,000 square feet of land. You know, you could get up to maybe 8,000 square feet, but that's considered a big yard.
Is it?
Yeah.
See, because our lots in California, leasing in Bakersfield specifically, is we tend to be a 10,000 square foot lot. You know, the house is, 1,900 square feet, and then a 10,000 square foot lot. Some people have pools, some people don't. So when you look at a lot that's like 8420 or whatever, you're gonna, okay, so it's a smaller yard. Might still have a pool, right? It's just maybe tidy in the backyard. So it sounds like you guys have a lot of that as well.
We do. We do.
Very, very tidy.
Yeah. I mean, and if you're looking at like a $300,000 price point, there is one right now and it's a condo. Even the condos here, some of them are at that $300,000 price point.
But that's a good, I mean, honestly, to your daughter, to a lot of our friends, like as a first-time home buyer, you don't always want all of the extra. A condo is a nice place to start at, right? Like, you don't have to worry about the security. You don't have to worry about learning how to manage a pool. You're in a community. You've got your parking situated. It's all part of being, a good way to get into the market. So that's
exactly.
Because a $300,000 price point around here is not going to get you something that doesn't need some TLC, quite honestly.
Yeah. You're probably still looking at TLC at that price point. Mm-hmm. Like the condo that is for sale in Summerlin that's $300,000. There's one picture. And it's a blurry iPhone picture, so they did not take photos of the inside of this home. Right. So, I mean, I'm sure that it needs work.
Has your market changed and kind of given everybody whiplash like it has in other states? Everybody's going, what's happening? What are we doing? It's like, so that's happening there. The amount of homes on the market is higher than it was, say, 6 or 9 months ago.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we start at the kind of our bottom, I would say, was we had about 1,800 homes on the market. And the only reason those were on the market is because they were probably in such bad condition that nobody would buy them. Right. Or they were so severely overpriced that even at that time, people weren't purchasing them. And now we're at about 8,400. So that's, I mean, huge shift. Yeah. Now, even though we're at that, I mean, we're technically, I guess, still a seller's market, but you wouldn't know that.
Sellers are aren't they?
Yeah, you would not know that because, you're still getting people who are overpricing their house, and then we're still getting probably close to 1,900 price reductions a week.
Yeah,
so
we have them a lot as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think not only if it's overpriced, I think it's also seller motivation, right?
Absolutely.
Like they're just like, okay, we're done sitting. We've got to move on. Like, it's time to, we'll take the hit on the front end, but we got to get this thing under contract because we got to go. So when people leave Las Vegas, that is the movie and the song. Where are they going? Are they just going to a different part of the state, or where they're not coming here?
I've had a lot of people who have had job transfers. Mm-hmm. I have had a lot of people who have been moving are actually like, you know what? We moved away from our family and we don't want to be away from them anymore. We want to be all together. We want to have kind of what we had when we were growing up.
Right.
And, people have had kids and now they want their kids to grow up with their cousins.
So what is the big industry beside the strip, right? I mean, everybody kind of knows what that looks like. What other industry is drawing people to the Las Vegas area?
Yeah, so we have Amazon is here. We have a lot of trades that are here. And those are kind of connected with the casino industry in some aspect, but we have a lot of tradespeople that are here. Again, because of all of the building, those tradespeople are building homes. They're starting their own companies for remodeling. They're doing a lot of that. Now with the sports teams that we have, those are also, coming into play, where there's a lot of people who are doing those types of positions at the arenas. And then we actually have quite a bit of just tech companies. I don't know that they're based here necessarily, but we have offshoots of them here. So I think we're kind of centrally, we're not as high as California, right, but we're also not so far east or whatever. So it's kind of a good hub, and we're really great at giving tax benefits to corporations who move operations here. So North Las Vegas is a big proponent of giving tax breaks to companies who move here. So that is one good thing that they do. So you asked where our tax dollars came from before, and the casino industry actually supplements our taxes. Yeah. And that's how we don't have state income tax.
That town's not made on winners.
No, it is not.
Back to the point that you were making about trades and like small business startups. Yeah. Nevada and the Las Vegas area sound like they're very friendly to the entrepreneurial spirit. Am I right?
100%.
Yay, because that, I have to say, that is heartbreaking for my state, because we have so much regulation, for crossing the street practically. That it is a real challenge for somebody with a business idea that they are just in love with, that they want to get off the ground, and California can make it really, really difficult. And so it's so nice to know our sister state Nevada has it so welcoming for all the people that want to start a new business and get something off the ground, whether it's a trade, whether it's a food service, whether it's a catering business, or whatever the case may be. It sounds like that opportunity is really ripe in your community, right?
It really is. We really are so fortunate. I have helped for a minute. I dabbled in commercial, and I helped several companies who, they couldn't even get commercial brokers to help them find space for their business, even though they could open it, right, because it wasn't a big enough deal,
right?
And so
which comes first, the money to back it up, or the place to make the money to back it up?
Exactly. So the one company that I helped first, they just moved from their first location that they opened 2 years ago to a double the size location because they outgrew it.
Yay! Praise the Lord. That's what you want. Make all the money.
Yeah. And then again, I helped another girl who I want to say at the time she was 24 years old. She had this idea to open a buy-sell trade clothing store, and oh my gosh, she had a vision. She made it work, and she is doing fabulous. And so it's not just the named companies that we are able to get, to open their doors. Now, keeping their doors open, that is up to them. Right. But they are given the opportunity here. Yeah. If they have a business idea, they are helped to get it off the ground.
Bakersfield is really, really big on supporting local businesses, small and family-owned businesses, right? We are, small restaurants, small ice cream shops that have been here for decades.
Right.
And so it sounds really familiar when you're talking about these startups and these small business ideas from a 24-year-old or whatever.
Yeah.
It would be something that if it were done here in Bakersfield, and by the way, it's like flies on a candy bar, man. People are like, oh, let me go help them succeed. Let me go, make sure I post it on Instagram and get the word out, because, they're a good person. It was a great idea, blah, blah, blah. And so it sounds like your community, even though we have in our mind of what Las Vegas is, it sounds like once we get off the strip, it sounds like a really great place to call home. You've lived there for a long time, right? You've raised your family there, and
yeah. We have 5 kids. We got married in 1991. We have 5 kids, 2 grandbabies.
Aw.
At the moment, all of my children are here. You know, hopefully it stays that way. If not, I have lots of places to go visit.
Right?
But yeah, I mean, we absolutely love it here. And I'll hear people say, oh, people in Las Vegas, they just go into their garage and shut their door. And that could happen. I mean, it definitely could happen. But if you want community here, it is everywhere.
Oh,
You know,
awesome.
so you really have to, you know, if you want to find a spot where you just, you know, everything about that section or everything about that meeting of people, I mean, you can do it. You can probably find, I mean, there are running clubs and hiking clubs and book clubs. And I mean,
Because
there's just-
your community, your outdoor community is on fire. I do know that.
yeah,
There are outdoor activities. There's a couple of people I follow that are based out of on Instagram that are based out of Las Vegas, and Lordy B, they are outside all the time. And I'm like, it's hot right now. Like, what the heck are y'all doing? Going to lakes, going on hikes, going up in the mountains.
Yep.
Okay, go you.
yeah. And that's maybe something that people don't realize too, is that we do actually have water here, you know, at
Not like in
Lake
California.
Mead. Yeah.
I want to be respectful of your time, but I want to make sure everybody knows where they can find you. Obviously, your channel, The
Yep.
Real Las Vegas. But where else do they find you? Not just on social, but like in and around town. Tell us all the things.
I do a lot with women's organizations. I do a lot with philanthropy here in Las Vegas. It's very easy to find me. And if you can't, just look on my Instagram. I mean, I hiked a mountain this morning before the sun came out, you know, I mean, so
Okay.
yeah, I'm always out and about doing something.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
When my sellers want to move to Las Vegas, you are who they're going to be reaching out to and who I'm going to call Eileen. Take care of my people. Take care of my people. So,
And
yes.
I am ready for them.
Yay, I'm super excited. It sounds like a great place to call home. But yes, I appreciate you taking the time today and to come on my channel and to, you know, just help people see that like there's more to Las Vegas than the Strip. Like
There's more to us than meets the eye. That is
Yeah.
for sure.
there's
Yeah.
a whole community off the freeway that we don't
There
know anything
is.
about.
There
So
is.
thank you so much, Eileen.
Thank you.
All right.